State of Texas versus Richard Reyes. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Gearhead, Your Honor.
Defense,
Nick Aguilar on behalf of Richard Reyes.
are you Mr. Reyes?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, did you understand you're charged with the offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon? That is a second-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right. Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty, sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine? Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your
Showing
Honor.
you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? According to the plea bargain agreement, the state is proceeding on all counts in the indictment. Is that correct, state?
That is correct.
That is correct, Judge.
There is a $1,500 fine, affirmative finding of deadly weapon. State recommends deferred adjudication. They're taking in consideration 2023 CR 3051A, 700-200-67-7351. There's to be restitution, if any, to Jose Cazares, Cazares, Miguel Rosas, Rosas, Ashley Almeida, Almeida. Did you understand that to be the plea? You speak up.
Oh, yes, Your Honor.
Defense,
Yes, Your Honor.
state,
It is, Your Honor.
outside the agreement. State is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 10 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 250 hours community service restitution, no contact with Jose Cazares, Miguel Rosas, and Ashley Almeida. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations? Then to count one, how do you plea? Count two,
Yes.
count three,
A contest, ma'am.
state any evidence,
Yes, in each of the counts, Your Honor, state exhibit number 1 with all its attachments.
any objections?
No, Your Honor.
Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt as you apply for deferred adjudication. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
We would ask if you would consider that, Judge.
All right, Mr. Reyes, what is your problem?
Your Honor, I just. I don't know, I just had a really bad year and some people pointed guns at me and I thought it was them.
And it turns out
And I wasn't them.
it wasn't them.
Ma'am.
See what happens when people want to be a vigilante? You don't know if it's the correct person or not. This could have went south so quickly. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
So how old are you?
22.
You should know better. And then taking your girlfriend with you.
Oh, mistake.
One, why would you take her with you? For backup?
Ma'am.
All right, that was, do you have any children?
Ma'am.
That's good, because you're not ready for them right now. You understand?
Yes.
All right, are you still with your girlfriend?
Yes.
Do you have any children? Are you employed?
Yes.
All right, what do you do?
I'm a caterer, assistant manager. I take like the food to the events like weddings and like balls, you know.
All right, you
that-
piqued my interest when you said caterer. I thought maybe you were cooking and I was about to ask you some food things, but okay,
I just take the,
Sounds like he's a transporter.
yeah, okay.
I just manage the event, you know, with the food.
All right, do people ever taste food and don't tell people they've tasted it? Your attorney probably doesn't want you to answer that question. People are always like, did the driver take one of my fries? I don't know. Oh, you did, okay, Mick. All right, so are there going to be any drug issues with you if you're tested today? No, we can test you today.
Well, I smoked marijuana and that stays in your system for a very long time, sir, for ma'am. And I want to be honest with you. And one of my things is not to drink alcohol, so I haven't been drinking alcohol.
All right, so why are you using marijuana?
Well, my back, when this incident had happened, I was very hurt in the very beginning when I had got out. the jail because when I was in there, they wouldn't give me like medication for like once a day and they didn't give it to me all the time. So when I got out, I went to the hospital and they said my back was hurt and I couldn't afford medication costs.
All right, so you can't use marijuana while you're on probation in this court, you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, where are your parents? Are they a support system for you or no?
Yes, sir. Thereabouts.
All right. This is what the court is going to do. The court is finding there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty of count 1, count 2, count 3. Court will defer finding of guilt as you apply for deferred adjudication. Going to set your deferred adjudication at 10 years. And counsel, if he completes everything,
Yes, Your Honor.
you come back.
We've explained that to him.
All right. So that'll be 10 years deferred adjudication. There's a $1,500 fine. That will be probated. Count 1, count 2, and count 3 are running concurrently. There's to be restitution, if any, and no contact with. And counsel, if the restitution you feels like it's not the correct amount, we can have a restitution hearing.
Absolutely, Judge. Thank
And
you.
that will be with Jose Casares, Miguel Rosas, Ashley Almeida. We're going to do regular UAs, test for levels, proof of employment within 30 days, no employment as a home healthcare provider or with minors, regular reporting by Zoom or in person, anger management, 150 hours of community service restitution, field visits, 1 time per month for 3 months. Probation, if there's no issue after the 3rd month, then you can schedule field visits that you deem necessary. Probation, is there anything else he needs? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
No, Your Honor.
No. And I'm sorry, and there's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon. All right, we can go off the record. You're gonna have to make better decisions. You know, one bad decision can ruin your life. All right, good luck to you. Stay in the courtroom. Probation will go over conditions.
Sure, Your Honor. You have a great day.
All right, you too. Texas versus Gabriela Sanchez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Garahan, Your Honor.
Defense?
Mick Aguilera standing against for Lorraine Efron.
All right,
On behalf of Lorraine Efron. Gabriela.
all right, Ms. Sanchez, do you have any objections to Mr. Aguilera standing in for Lorraine Efron?
No, Your Honor.
Do you understand you're charged with the offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon? That's a 2nd-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes.
Did you understand that the court would grant your application for deferred adjudication? If for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine.
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Showing you the plea bargain page, did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea, there's a $1,500 fine, affirmative finding of a deadly weapon. State recommends deferred adjudication. They will take in consideration 2023 CR 3051B. There's to be restitution, if any, to Jose Casares, Miguel Rosas, Ashley Almeida. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. State is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 10 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 250 hours of community service restitution, no contact with Jose Casares, Miguel Rosas, and Ashley Almeida. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence to support the defendant's no contest plea?
State offers States Exhibit 1 in all attachments.
And we have no objection, Your
Court
Honor.
will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments. The court has reviewed the same. Court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you apply for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Judge, if you'll consider it, the state saw fit to recommend supervision.
All right, anything you want to say on behalf? I'm sorry, anything you wish to say, Ms. Sanchez?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, if you drug tested today, what are the results gonna be?
Um,
And you just seen
Marijuana.
somebody else has been tested. Marijuana, anything else?
no, ma'am.
All right, why are you using marijuana?
Just to use it.
All right, so that's gonna stop. You understand? Because you're gonna be on deferred adjudication here. And marijuana is not legal in Texas and it's not legal while you're on probation. Are you employed?
No, Your Honor,
So how are you supporting yourself?
my boyfriend.
All right, do you have any children?
No,
Where are your parents?
they're outside.
Okay, how old are you?
19.
And when you say they're outside in the hallway?
Mhm.
Do they know what's going on with this case?
I don't know.
So they just showed up and you tell them to wait outside?
They just showed up. I don't have a good relationship with them.
Okay, why not?
We just don't get along.
Why? The reason why I'm asking these questions is because I'm trying to give you conditions of probation. Like if there's something in your past that happened between you and your parents, then maybe you may need help with that to address that issue. But if it's a question of they don't like your boyfriend and you don't want to abide by their rules and they say, well, you can't stay here, then that's something completely different. So what are your issues with them?
My father mistreats me.
Okay. All right, there's going to be proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. How far did you go in school?
I graduated high school.
So what are you planning on doing with the rest of your life?
Getting a job.
But I mean, what do you want to do? Like, what are your hopes, your dreams, your aspirations?
Performing arts, like theater.
Okay. So what are you doing to try to get yourself in theater?
I can always go back to school. I have money saved up to attend college whenever I feel like it.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. If you don't work towards your hopes and dreams, they're not going to happen. I mean, you may be walking down the street one day and somebody may come up to you and say, wow, that looks like somebody who should be in arts. But usually it doesn't happen. I will tell you, a lot of the older actors from what they call old Hollywood, they would work at a theater and then they ended up becoming actors and actresses. Lauren Bacall worked at a theater as a cigarette girl. They don't have those anymore. All right. 10 years deferred adjudication, affirmative finding of deadly weapon, proof of employment within 30 days. No employment as a home health care provider or with minors, restitution and no contact, and that's restitution, if any, to Jose Casares, Miguel Rojas, Ashley Almina. There's going to be 250 hours community service restitution. If she attends college or goes to some kind of trade school where she's trying to make her dreams come true, then the court will consider waiving those community service hours. So whether you want to just be doing busy work, although community services, you learn something whenever you do it. But if you want to do something to better yourself, then I'm giving you that opportunity. So some type of trade school or college. And if you're going to do college, the court requires full time. And for the court, that's at least 9 hours. There is to be anger management, regular reporting by Zoom or in person. I'm going to want regular UAs, and I want her tested for levels. Field visits 1 time per month for 3 months, and probation. If there are no issues after 3 months, then you may do field visits however you see fit. All right, we can go off the record. This could have went south so quickly, and you could be looking at maybe doing prison time. So you need to think before you act. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you. Just remain in court, and probation are going to go over conditions with you.
Thank you.
All right, and probation, can we get a drug test on her to see where she is? Yeah, not so much for levels, but just a drug test in general. Yes.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. All right, who is here?
My mistake, Judge. Let me go get it.
All right. It's right there. Hi. So one, I didn't notice your clothes. You dressed inappropriately for court. Number two, you're positive for cocaine as well. So how often are you using?
I don't use any other drug besides marijuana in my
So,
life.
so who gave you the marijuana?
I bought it from
A
a
friend?
friend of a friend.
All right. Well, your friend of a friend, if you're not using cocaine, then they're putting something extra in your marijuana. And that's why I always tell people, when you're using drugs, there's no label on the outside, with inspected by telling you what you're using.
Mhm.
You are not, that's either yes or no. You're not allowed to be using drugs while you're on probation. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And so are you and your boyfriend using the same supplier?
No,
All right. So have a seat. And where is the boyfriend? Has he already left?
yes.
He's already left? All right. He's probably waiting for her outside because her parents are here. She doesn't have any other ride. All right. Just have a seat. Richard Reyes. All right, Mr. Reyes, how are you doing?
So
Not good. All right, so you know what our issues are, right? You continue to use. That's not good. And if you use, you could end up dying from that, right? So what have you been doing to try to help yourself?
been trying to do like some research. Just like anger management and all that stuff that you've been telling me to do.
All right, well, I mean, that's good, but we got to resolve the issue of the positive for, here you go. We have to resolve the issue of you being positive
Yes.
for drugs.
I have an appointment with the TAP agency for like drug use and all that.
Mhm.
And I have yet to even talk to him about like recovery and all that.
So who are you living with?
My parents.
All right. And I'm pretty sure your parents are probably taking what you say at face value and you're probably being dishonest with them. Am I right? Because nobody goes to their loved ones and they ask them, how's your day going? I don't know anybody, unless they're so far down the rabbit hole. I don't know anybody who will say, oh, well, I just used some cocaine today. So I'm going to try to get the help that you need. I'm not trying to revoke you at this point, but you're going to have to work harder. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
On remaining sober. So probation. Go ahead and get his tap done. But I want to see if Lifetime Recovery is willing to accept him. And we're going to do a referral to felony drug court. And you need to let them know and be honest with them about your usage. Felony drug court is a treatment program to help you maintain your sobriety. They're going to give you the tools you need, but they can only do that if you're open and honest with them. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So, Bashan, let's do an alternate amend for a TAP evaluation. Do a referral to felony drug court and Lifetime Recovery.
That lifetime for outpatient purposes.
Well, let's see if, I'm gonna see about inpatient, if they deem inpatient treatment is appropriate for him. So if they deem that inpatient treatment is appropriate, you're gonna be an inpatient, okay?
Better than prison.
Oh, it is, because
I
what
appreciate that.
you're looking at 20 years potentially. It's better than prison, and it's better than potentially your parents having to identify your body, because that happens. And I'm gonna want 90 sober meetings in 90 days.
Oh, yeah, the money. I was gonna start making payments because I started a couple projects and I should be able to start paying off the delinquent. Oh, because I know it's up to like almost $500. Your Honor, last time we talked, remember when you were saying, that the restitution, you know, like if I had injured them and all that stuff, like but like I was trying to tell you that I didn't really do anything to them, and like I swear, like I really do, because I know I waived my trial
Mhm.
away, but I don't know if there's any
All
way.
right, so let me just explain something to you. And what I'm telling you, I used to always tell my clients this. Now, number one, they're saying that there is no restitution amount, so there's not going to be restitution. But number two, you know what your trust level is right now?
0.
No. And I would tell my clients this all the time. It's not 0, it's less than 0. And because you've been living your life where you've been using and you've been dishonest, I'm sure with your parents, you never tell anybody, hey, I'm going out to use. So you have to build up your trust level now. Everything that you do has to be documented because people are going to question it. Do you understand? So we're going to close out the matter of restitution, but you are going to do the TAP evaluation. You're going to be referred to felony drug court. Make sure you do not miss that appointment. You understand?
So,
All right. Is there anything else?
no, Your Honor,
All right. Do better.
appreciate it.
You're welcome.